25. Alats the Lydian, when he had thus waged war against the Milesians, afterwards died, having reigned 57 years. This king, when he recovered from his sickness, dedicated a votive offering at Delphi, being the second of his house who had so done, namely a great mixing bowl of silver with a stand for it of iron welded together, which last is a sight worth seeing above all the offerings at Delphi, and the work of Glaucus the Chian, who of all men first found out the art of welding iron. 26. After Alats was dead, Croesus the son of Alats received the kingdom in succession, being 35 years of age. He, as I said, fought against the Hellenes, and of them he attacked the Ephesians first. The Ephesians then, being besieged by him, dedicated their city to Artemis and tied a rope from the temple to the wall of the city. Now the distance between the ancient city, which was then being besieged, and the temple is 7 furlongs. These, I say, were the first upon whom Croesus laid hands, but afterwards he did the same to the other Ionian and Aeolian cities one by one, alleging against them various causes of complaint, and making serious charges against those in whose cases he could find serious grounds, while against others of them he charged merely trifling offences. 27. Then when the Hellenes in Asia had been conquered and forced to pay tribute, he designed next to build for himself ships and to lay hands upon those who dwelt in the islands. And when all was prepared for his building of ships, they say that Bias of Priene, or, according to another account, Pittacus of Mytilene, came to Sardis, and being asked by Croesus whether there was any new thing doing in Hellas, brought to an end his building of ships by this saying, "O king," said he, "the men of the islands are hiring a troop of 10,000 horse, and with this they mean to march to Sardis and fight against thee." And Croesus, supposing that what he reported was true, said, "May the gods put it into the minds of the dwellers of the islands to come with horses against the sons of the Lydians." And he answered and said, "O king, I perceive that thou dost earnestly desire to catch the men of the islands on the mainland riding upon horses. And it is not unreasonable that thou shouldest wish for this. What else however thinkest thou the men of the islands desire and have been praying for ever since the time they heard that thou wert about to build ships against them, than that they might catch the Lydians upon the sea, so as to take vengeance upon thee for the Hellenes who dwell upon the mainland, whom thou dost hold enslaved?" Croesus, they say, was greatly pleased with this conclusion, and obeying his suggestion, for he judged him to speak suitably, he stopped his building of ships. And upon that he formed a friendship with the Ionians dwelling in the islands. 28. As time went on, when nearly all those dwelling on this side the river Halys had been subdued, for except the Cilicians and Lycians Croesus subdued and kept under his rule all the nations, that is to say Lydians, Phrygians, Mysians, Mariandyni, Chalybians, Paphlagonians, Thracians both Thynian and Bithynian, Carians, Ionians, Dorians, Aeolians, and Pamphylians. 29. When these, I say, had been subdued, and while he was still adding to his Lydian dominions, there came to Sardis, then at the height of its wealth, all the wise men of the Hellas who chanced to be alive at that time, brought thither severally by various occasions. And of them one was Solon the Athenian, who after he had made laws for the Athenians at their bidding, left his native country for 10 years and sailed away, saying that he desired to visit various lands, in order that he might not be compelled to repeal any of the laws which he had proposed. For of themselves the Athenians were not competent to do this, having bound themselves by solemn oaths to submit for 10 years to the laws which Solon should propose for them.